You're listening to Independent TV 7. Kindly click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Independent TV 7. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get more notification. Thanks for watching. Wow, my country people, well, far don't pass Gario. As the lawless Department of State Services, DSS and police rises and also raised alarm over plan to stage a protest against BUHAri using their names and their logo. The DSS police force and the other security organizations have raised alarm over the staged protest by unknown individuals against President Muhammadu BUHAri using the police name and logo. The Nigerian First Movement and True Nigeria Patriots on Wednesday raised the alert over a supposed plot by certain people to utilize an opportunity and utilize their names to do a protest in Abuja and also London against President Muhammadu Buhari. The two gatherings, notwithstanding, said they have appealed to the Inspector General of the Police, Usman Baba Alkali, and the Director General of the Department of State Services, Yusuf Bichi, to disentangle those behind the plot. Addressing journalists in Abuja, they explicitly affirmed that the imposters plan to spread the name of BUHAri and that of the central bank governor Godwin Emefiele and further humiliate Nigeria with their protest. Speaking at the preparation mutually tended to with the leader individuals from the True Nigerian Patriots in Abuja, the national coordinator of the Nigerian First Movement, Emmanuel Anufuru, further asserted that the unremarkable people had consummated designs to pull together a protest by recruiting miscreants in Abuja, Lagos, and London to protest against BUHAri's administration. Anufuru approached the security specialists to promptly capture the supposed imposters and their supporters for additional examinations. He said the posters or protesters rather have as of now prepared the media and have embarked to recruit scoundrels under whose cover they will work. The gathering said the issue which the supposed imposters guaranteed for the justification for the fights was a 2018 matter which had for some time been also closed. They are demanding that there was the probability that more vile plots were in progress. If you would understand, if I would understand, I would like to also go through it and also try to make sure it is very, very explicit. Like the headline says, the DSS, which is the Department of State Service, police also raises alarm over plan to stage a protest against BUHAri using their names and logo. I wonder how will they do that? As it is, the DSS, which is the Department of State Services, police force, and other security organizations have raised alarm over the staged protest by unknown individuals against President Muhammadu BUHAri using the police name and logo. Yes, this is what it is. So, according to the Department of State Services and the police, they are saying there are some unscrupulous elements, trying to tarnish the image of the DSS and the police, staging protests in London and in Nigeria also, and thereabout, using their logo and using their uniform, to display that protest, against BUHAri. Now, I would say this is how it is when you want to indict somebody, or especially when you want to indict somebody and put nail or needle to penetrate or pierce somebody's body. You first use that needle on yourself and see how it pains. What I'm saying in essence is that when you as a DSS and the police, or better still the political bygod and the federal government of BUHAri, when you have also proscribed the indigenous people of Biafra as being a terrorist, you have labeled them a terrorist, you see how painful it might be. Or rather still, the indigenous people of Biafra are being labeled as terrorists and also proscribed as terrorists, disturbing the peace of the southeastern state. And you say the indigenous people of Biafra are the one, destroying police formation, one, killing people in the southeastern part of the country when they are still seeking for secession. And it has been said that the IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra, has denied the claim that none of its members have done or committed any atrocities by disturbing the peace of the southeastern part of the country when the government had said so, because there are some unscrupulous elements also, or mercenaries, that have been brought down to the southeast to disturb the peace, wearing the imprint of IPOB on their shirt. So when people see them doing such or destroying government formation, they say they are IPOB. And now some persons are wearing the police or DSS uniform also to protest. See how it is. So if you think you can point an accused finger on someone, you have forgotten that the rest for either one you have pointed, the rest for is pointing at you. So before you pierce somebody with a needle, try it on yourself first. Know how it pains before you do that. So the Nigerian First Movement and True Nigerian Patriots on Wednesday, they have raised the alert over a supposed plot by certain people to utilize their names to do a protest in Abuja and London against President Muhammadu Buhari. So they have debunked it, like same way Ima Powerful has been speaking for the indigenous people of Biafra, by saying none of its members have been disturbing the peace of the southeastern states, or rather none of the member of IPOB has destroyed any police or government formation. That is what it is. Yes, so now they are furious. The two gatherings, notwithstanding, said they have appealed to the Inspector General of the Police, Usman Baba Alkali, and the Director General of the Department of State Services, Yusuf Bichi, to disentangle those behind the plot. So who are those that are behind the plot, and who are those that are supposedly behind the plot, to castigate the names of IPOB, or rather, who are the ones behind the plot to castigate or to make sure that the indigenous people of Biafra, who are separatists or freedom fighters, are being marginalized? I would say the Constitution of Nigeria says there are freedom of association, freedom of movement, freedom of speech. Well, human being inclusive, not animal and not criminals. But as it is, even the United States has not proscribed the indigenous people of Biafra as being a terrorist, but rather the Buhari-led administration has given a name to the IPOB, or prescribing them as indigenous people of Biafra being a terrorist. I'm using this as an example, towards what has been said about the protests, against Buhari by some persons using the logo, or rather using the uniform of the DSS, and also using the police, to protest against President Muhammadu Buhari. And they have now come to debunk that no, they are not part and parcel of this so-called protest, that has been done in London and also in Nigeria by these so-called impostors. They call them impostors, and they have called on the Inspector General of the Police to see to the matter. Well, addressing journalists in Abuja, they explicitly affirm that the impostors plan to spread the name of Buhari and that of the central bank, Governor Godwin Emefiele, and further humiliate Nigeria police and Nigerian force with their protest. Well, if they that call themselves the DSS cannot even protest, against the genocide attack or against the nepotism, people will do it for them. As they say, imposters will do it for them. And they has also spoken at the preparation mutually tended to with the leader individuals from the True Nigerian Patriots in Abuja. The national coordinator of the Nigerian First Movement, Emmanuel Anuforo, further asserted. Well, it's so very, very interesting. Let me hear a few comments from the Nigerians who have foresight and to talk more on this issue. Well, I'm going to read just a few comments here, and I will make it brief because time is not on our side. Well, when has it become an offense to do a legitimate protest? Is Nigeria now a military dictatorship? Well, maybe this person is not in Nigeria for a long time now. He's just waking up. Yes, you have really said the right thing, but this should be an old story that you've forgotten that if you protest in this present administration, you will be arrested. But how can they arrest these imposters? Let's see how it unveils.